All right, here we go. Let's do it. 10 minutes, it's not too much. Okay, so hope you're excited uh, as much as us. We've been working on this build for a little bit. There's quite a few developers right here in the stream with us. So if you want to share your thoughts, don't hesitate as usual. But now basically we've taking this to another level. And so this is loading the first time. It's a little wonky, but then everything appears magically. So I took about 5 minutes to build the actual map, the 100 km square map. And then I took, let's say, half an hour to make like a couple camps. I'll show you. So yeah, you'll see we have new assets. You'll be able to use that. We got quite a few assets here. So yeah, now we have achieved something we try to do, which is easily making procedural maps that are believable and interesting. What you have probably noticed since the beginning of the beta is that we've been working on the biomes and stuff. So you have a randomness, if I can say, in the biomes. So you have your grasses and your trees, and you don't have to put them all one by one. But in terms of the layout, if I can say, it was a little bit all the same. It was you had a mountain and it was kind of the same. And now I'll show you what it does. So all of what you're going to see has been made by the program procedurally, and I didn't have to place anything. I'm going to show you what I had to place. So there is fog right here. It's not fog, it's clouds, because as you'll be able to see, we're quite high right now. So it's huge maps. All of this is procedurally placed. So even if you stop here, there's a little bit of time. And so you can see the detail. And all of this is placed by the generators. Nothing is placed by hand. Right here, I'll show you when something is placed by hand is like the camp you've seen right here, for example. I could set up something, and so you can do the usual. You can change your mood. So right now I'm above the clouds and having fun. Maybe I'll tackle another, and I think it's really cool. It really looks realistic. It does a hole in the trees and stuff. You get the rocks around. It's really nice. Here, the pleasure is really to have this kind of realistic um, geology happening, and it's really done automatically. All right, this is a saved map, so I can come back to it. I'll show you. What do I do? Do I show you the UI, or do you want to see the sandcastle mode? So right here, chat box. So I can put it up. I can type. So you can see there's my name, Dash. So if someone connects to me, you have obviously the name right here. You're gonna see across the UI, especially in the future when we're gonna have a lot of windows, sometimes you have this little floating bar. This floating bar, it's right here too. It's a little different because it's a corner, but it's the same principle. If you click on it, what it means is going to collapse the UI, but it's still available if you re-click, and it's going to save the state it was in before. So if you, for example, you want your chat to be pretty small, like I do, you can have it here. But if at some point you're just building and you don't want this, you can click, and you see you have just like very discrete bars like this. But if at some point you want to, I don't know, you're just waiting for your friends and you're just watching your mini map and stuff, like you can have your thing like this. So good transition, minimap. The minimap, you can see it's working. It is also rotating with me. And maybe it's hard to see right here. If I go in the dark, maybe you're gonna see it better. So yeah, in the dark, in the forest, under clouds, pitch black. That's exactly what I want. But so you can see here that it's you see the elevation. So right here I can see that I am almost at the top of a mountain. This is the top of the mountain, and I'm going down. And everything that is black, it's not black, it's transparent, is the water bodies. So you can see that here there's a river, here's a lake, and everything. And so, and you have a change of color, so it's a deeper blue every 500-meter elevation, I think. So you can see basically the closer they are, the steeper the slope and stuff. So anyone that has knowledge on how to read a map and stuff is familiar with this. And so yeah, you can put it to any height you want. You can reduce it like this too. You can. It's gonna be polished. It's not perfect, you see the edges and stuff, but you can also. I use my mouse, so I can zoom or unzoom. So of course, right now it looks a little bit empty, but later on you're gonna have your pins. So a little bit like Google Maps, you can pin maps, you can pin point of interests over there. You also see where are your friends, so you can see who's where at any time. And so if you put this chair on the ground uh, right here, you can see the scale of everything around, and it's really, really big. Even just that, like the chair is almost invisible right now. It's huge. It's probably a few kilometers, just this clearing, this plain, if I can say. Here, I just showed you, it's uh, the toolbox, so it's where you have all your assets. You just drag and drop. I mean, if you've played the beta, you're used to it. We have something new now, which is which we call switchers. So basically, if we have assets that look the same, you'll have it under a switcher. I think the wood table is a switcher. So if I duplicate, yes, you see it's not the same table. And why is it useful? It's because, well, if you drag and drop one table, you have the advanced menu, and there you have, if you want to do 10 tables, but you don't want to have to go and check that it's a different table all the time because you want to randomize a little bit, so it's a little bit more lively, then you can use the switchers. And it works because every time you duplicate, it's going to use another switcher. So if I take these two tables and I duplicate them, it's making me lie. Oh no, it's another one. You see, this one has some kind of metal parts on it. This one doesn't, and so it's another one. And but yeah, randomly it just gave me this one is the same as the other one. But if I then take these 4 tables and I duplicate them, you see that it's entirely different tables. And so that's weird with tables. You do want to have the option sometimes to go and get the exact table you want. So this is why you have the advanced menu and you have everything. And when you drag and drop from there, it's not going to be a switcher. It's going to be exactly what you see. Mountain is what I said. Disable all screen message. So I'm going to max it out. Then I'm going to drop maybe a volcano next to it. Okay, this volcano, I'm just going to move it next to it because what I'm hoping for is that there's going to be some water, going on the volcano and then down. So this is me, just I've been using the soft for a while now, and I'm used to stuff that kind of works. And I'm going to put an island in the end. So remember that the order is important. And right now, what's at the bottom is what takes priority. And basically putting an island here, an island area, means that I'm gonna have, some slope, some kind of steep slope, and it's gonna dig into the mountain. It's gonna do some interesting stuff. And it should direct the water flowing down into my islands. What am I gonna do? Another mountain here. I'm just gonna do it quick. Uh, volcano hill, island over there. Oop, this island snapped somewhere else. I'm just gonna put it here. So as you can see, I'm just doing it kind of random. It's not random, but I'm doing it pretty quickly. If it doesn't break, now I have my detail. So low detail, medium detail, high detail. I'm gonna go into it a little bit, but building low detail is pretty quick. You can see right here, it's 14% done. It takes about a minute. If I go on medium, I think it took like 10 minutes and 30 seconds to make, and but it's exponential. So the large one takes a few hours. and you should not bake the use the large one if you didn't try the small one first. And so what it does is right here you can see soil, landslide. It's doing water flow, stream flow. So this is uh, the actual engine that is really working into geological stuff. And you'll see it's going to match what I've put there. Okay, I've seen Carmen. And as you can see, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So I have my mountains, my island. So as I put some island here, you can see that is put a lot of water, but I have some islands. Right here I have a hill. I have my mountains, and like I said, I have my lake right here, my volcano lake right here, and it's probably dropping here. But it gives you a really good idea of what it does. And so right now I'm like, okay, this is not working as I intended. I wanted a steeper slope. I wanted more stuff. I can go back to my previs right here. I can drag and drop a new thing. So I'm gonna just add another mountain, like a big mountain. I really want to have some huge things right here. And I'm gonna move this island a little bit closer. So I have maybe steeper slope. And I'm gonna increase its strength a little bit. And then I'm gonna just build again. And again, there's a little bit of a use to it. And right now, unfortunately, I can't show you the topology auto refresh, but the topology auto refresh is pretty good because it gives you, it's not as good as if you render it, but it still gives you a good hint of what it's gonna do. And so I don't know what you think, guys. Tell me in the comments. But honestly, it's really, I mean, it's really quick. I don't know if you've seen, but I'm just like drag and dropping randomly on the map, and you see that if you render in like a minute, you have 100 kilometers square of really cool terrain. And if at some point you fall in love with your map and you've tweaked and stuff, one day when you go to bed, you push high detail. It's gonna take a few hours, depending on your CPU. Could be 2 hours, could be 6, could be 8. And in the morning, you have like the most crazy. You have all the rivers and the flows, and everything is good and looks awesome. So you see, I've moved stuff, and because there's a new mountain here, it's done very different on the lake. And now I have this river going downstream to here. And then this lake goes downstream to the exterior. So that's pretty cool. Right now, if I wait for all the foliage to load, you can see it on with the top left bar. Then it's going to be interesting, I think. Yep. See, that's pretty cool. This is the Storyteller dial. So it's going to be a tool for game masters. The players will have a version of it, but a lot of the things are not going to be usable. So first of all, you can see at a glimpse, it has a few information. So, and it's made for that. It's made for you to, when you right click and it shows, I already have some information. I have the time, I have what view I'm in, and I have the weather. This is the time. So you can move like this. You remember before it was kind of a bar, but if you are at the end, you have to go back on the left and right and stuff. And it's it's moving. It's basically moving the time. So when you move the time, you have the clouds going left and right, and you can look at how pretty it is. I love it. I just love it. If you click, it works too. So you don't have to drag the thing, but you can. Right here, it's going to be an information rectangle. So here, every time you click, you're going to have another information. Right now, you have only two. One being what time is it in game, and the other one is what time is it in real life. So right here, where I am in France, it's 6:36 p.m. as you can see. But if I click here, you can see that it's going to tell me what's the time in game. So that's one of the it's one of the info you can have, but you'll have a little timer in there. You'll have a chronometer, You'll have what music is playing. So when we're gonna have the sound and stuff, you're gonna have the little next button that you can use to move on to another music. So it's kind of a cool thing that you can have at a glimpse. But every time you click on it, it goes to another little widget. Is imagine you're in a 3D world and this is a cube. This is the ground, and your little guy is like this on the ground. Okay. And so seeing this cube from this, if I look there, this is the FPS view. If I look like this and my guy is here, this is the top view. If I have this one and this one that is lit, this is the TPS, third person or kind of divinity view. And if I have all three that are lit, it means that it's free cam. It's exactly what I have right now. It's free camera because all my squares are lit. And so if I click on this one, you see that now only one is lit and I am in first person mode. And so it's like a FPS. So right now I'm walking a little bit. Ooh, what's that? I'm walking a little bit faster. Now I'm just jumping and everything. If I click on the top, now I have my top view. And I know some of you want to play like this. You have this kind of top view. If you're playing on a table, whatever, or you want this with the grid, it looks pretty awesome. You can have your bottom maps like this. You can play like this. You can go as low as you want and as high as you want. Also, you can go above the clouds and everything. So that's the top view. We will have a orthographic version, which is without any perspective, but not yet. We have some Unreal restrictions on this. It will come later. And so yeah, top view, FPS, and free cam. I just can take back control and I can fly around. And so that's it. You have your third person view. Can zoom. So I can, if I right click when I'm walking, I can go a little bit over the shoulder. I can change from lefty to righty. If I want to have my character on the left or on the right side. I know some people are more comfortable like this. Some people are more comfortable like this. Doesn't matter. You can jump. You can run. What can you do? You can just sit. Oh no, I spoiled my thing. You can sit. Sit. Yes. Oh no, it's kneeling. And now I'm walking like Assassin's Creed. So you can see the the cape in the back is not very good on the physics. Thank you. There's no collision on the rocks, but it will come. But what's fun is you also have, and I know a few GMs, me included, they're gonna have fun with this. You can activate ragdoll at any time, meaning you can kill the person. So I'm running right now, and I'm just gonna press ragdoll, and all right, back up again, soldier, and so you can run and jump and ragdoll. Now do a cliff. I like how you think. We'll see if I'm wrong. I'm gonna pre-shot. Let's see if I'm a good boy. That's not what I thought. That was pretty funny. I thought it was because we have a seating position. I think we have a sitting position, and I thought it was this. But no, it's do a barrel roll. And so if I do a roll, okay, running doesn't do anything. Roll, and if I do roll ragdoll, all right, it's a pretty good face plant. Pretty good face plant. Where's my fire? Let's just have a nice little evening with the friends. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Dark Soul roll. Now that I'm reading the stream, what did you think, guys? Give me a transferring height. Someone just dropped into my game. How did he do that? I didn't even invite him. So Vince is here. So as you can see, multiplayer is working. Well, I can show you a little bit more of UI. So this is Vince. He's here. Unfortunately for him, I can rename him. So Impostor. It's going to be his name. I can kick him. So and he can type it. And so the tooltip is not good. But anyway, I can kick him, and I will. I can teleport him to me. I can enable him to edit or not, and I can enable his movements or not. So if I do that, for example, wherever he is, he cannot move, he cannot edit, and that's it. So he's frozen somewhere. I'm on the camp. You're in the camp? Which camp? The big one here? I don't know where I am. I'm lost. Show him on the minimap. Oh, maybe I can see him on the minimap. So if he's right now we have a bug, as you can see, if you're above the water, your thing disappear. But I should be able to see him. Oh, he's here. Good call. Where are you? Oh yeah, that's here. Good. It's weird when it's when there's no foliage. Oh, he's here. Hello, little Winsley. Imposter. All right, that's pretty fun. And so as you can see, I can prevent him from moving. So I think he can still move his head, but he cannot move. And now I can allow him to move. So now he can move. And he has edit options, so he should be able to drag and drop something. I'm not sure. I think we had some issues with multiplayer. So, oh, yes, he is. So, yep, you can see. I can see Vince working for me. He's doing my map right now. He's placing stuff on top of the other. And I don't know why. It's weird, but I like it. Fun. You've been an awesome community. I wanted to say that too, because you've been very patient, and we have some conversations sometimes. Sometimes it's concerns from some of you. Always very polite, and it's something I cherish dearly, because we can have arguments, we can have conversations are hard, because it's hard for us, hard for you, but always with this philosophy of being respectful and stuff. Really love it. And I also want to extend a huge kudos and thank you to all my team. We had some rough patches in the last month. Sometimes it was hard. We had some huge problems, set us back a few weeks, a week, 1 week there, 1 week there. Sometimes it was very hard to go forward. They really outdone themselves, all of them. Extremely proud of the team. All right, that's going to be a wrap anyway for me. It's getting a little late, and I have some family to attend to. Anyway, I was just saying thank you to everyone, the community, the team. I really mean it. It's really awesome. It's been such a journey already, and it's not over. And exciting times ahead. All right. Again, hope you're gonna have fun with that. I'll see you in the beta testing channel in a few days. We're gonna have fun together. We'll be able to share maps too. So even if the marketplace is not up, you can take the 20 meg map. You can zip it, send it to someone. They can try it. They can tinker with it. Then they can send it back to you. It's really cool. Vince has pressed T, unfortunately, so he broke my engine. Thank you, Guillaume. Very glad to see you here. It's really cool. I hope you can hop on the the Nog server later on so we can have a chat. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great evening, day, wherever you are. With much love. See you next time.